Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine and today I will be your guide through the Alice in Wonderland Tarot Deck. It is a Disney Tarot deck. The author is Minerva Siegel, who has written several other Disney decks like Hocus Pocus Tarot and Labyrinth Tarot that I have reviewed in other videos, and I'll put the links to those in the description box below. So the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck was illustrated by Lisa Vannini, who has experience in animation through Amazon and Jam Media, and she also does a lot of freelance illustrating, mostly in the fantasy and fantastical genres. The deck is a 78 card tarot deck. You do get 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana in 4 suits. The suits for this deck are flowers instead of wands, hedgehogs instead of pentacles, and then you get spears instead of spades and teacups instead of cups. So their size of the cards is 2 3/4 by 4 3/4 inches or 7 by 12 centimeters. Comes with a very nice little book, 127 pages. And what Minerva Siegel does in this book is take the Alice in Wonderland characters and weave that into the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith definition of a tarot card. And it's very clever how she does that. And it actually makes it rather easy, in my opinion, to memorize your tarot cards that way. So the publisher is Insight Editions, and it was published in 2021. Also right before COVID, right during COVID, when all of us needed to be inside and needed something to do. And I remember the first time I was looking at a Disney deck and I thought, how strange that Disney was getting into the esoteric. And then I realized, well, you know, if there's money to be made, Disney's going to be there. So let's go ahead and look at the cards. So let's have a look at the cards, beginning with the Major Arcana and the Fool. The Magician, the Mad Hatter. The Mystery, Cheshire Cat, comes in as a High Priestess substitute there. The Empress, the Queen. The Emperor, the King. The Hierophant, the older sister. Instead of the lovers, we have the pair, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The Chariot. Strength, the Dandelion. The Hermit, the Dormouse. Wheel of Fortune, the Dodo. First rule of a caucus race, you know. Justice, the King and the Court. Suspension instead of the Hanged Man, as Alice falls down the rabbit hole. Transformation comes in where death normally would with the caterpillar. Temperance, all of the various bottles and cakes that she ate that changed her size. Ooh, Temptation, the Walrus. The Tower, Alice in the Rabbit's house. The Star. The Moon. Chess again. The Sun, Tea Party. Judgment, the rabbit giving the call. Follow the white rabbit. And the World, the successful conclusion. All right, so we'll move on to the suit of flowers, which replaces wands in this deck. Like I said, it's a pip deck, so we're just going to speed through this real quick. Very pretty and very boring. Yes, I pass judgment on it. All right, and here we are with the Page of Flowers, the shy little violets. Knight of Flower, the dandelion, or the daffodils, the daffodils. The Queen of Flowers, the rose. And the King of Flowers, the trumpets. All right, now we'll move on to teacups. Again, we're just going to speed through these minor arcana because they're all just teacups. And like I said in the other videos with pip decks, you can choose to use or you can set them aside. Your choice. Here we are. Page of Teacups, Dinah. Knight of Teacups. Queen of Teacups. And the King of Teacups. So let's move on to spears. And they're all just spears. Here we are with the Page of Spears, painting the roses red. Knight of Spears, the Jack. Queen of Spears, Alice. And the King of Spears, the March Hare. And finally on to the little hedgehog croquet balls. And the Page of Hedgehogs. The Knight of Hedgehogs, the lizard with a ladder. Queen of Hedgehogs, and the King of Hedgehogs, the carpenter. Well, I hope you enjoyed our journey through the Alice in Wonderland Tarot deck. Roses and thorns for this deck. A little bit obvious. Roses are all throughout the deck because it's one of the characters in the deck. The roses, it's a nostalgia deck. It's a nice novelty deck. The thorns are that it's a pip deck. So you can either memorize your pips or you can just do away with the pips and do a reading with just your majors, aces, and court cards. Easy enough. But as far as nostalgia, it really does work for me. Alice in Wonderland was one of my favorites as a kid. It's not quite the same artwork as the original movie, animated movie from 1955, but it's fun. It's a fun deck. If you like this review, please hit like. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe. I'm going to follow this up with a reading using the Alice in Wonderland Tarot deck, and I'll use one of the spreads that Minerva Siegel has written in the book for that. So I hope you will join me there. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.